Excited today because I have an old friend, Eric Poms with the Orange Bowl Committee. He's the CEO. And we're going to talk about what the Orange Bowl has coming up, lots of activities, as well as an amazing amount of community outreach that probably a lot of people don't know about it. But before we start, I've got to thank my show sponsor, South Florida PBS. They're wonderful. A lot of great programming coming up, and for those of you who like Call the Midwife, the new series has started, and besides that, there's a lot of other great stuff going on. allhealthtv.com, a great way to get some medical information for free from doctors. And if you're not a member, you should be. Sign up today. So, Eric, where do we start? Actually, first coming up, listen, you've been around since not you, but the Orange Bowl has been around since 1935.
1935.
Which is like amazing.
Yes.
But it's the impact that it's had, started out just tourism, and now it's like incredible. We were talking about how many millions of dollars since 2006. Was it $24 million you've given back to the city?
Yeah, it's over.
To programs.
Right.
But all of this and then, so I don't even know where to begin because there's so many things to talk about. First of all, you want to talk about the playoffs, college.
Sure.
But playoff, what do they call it?
The college football playoff.
College football, a CFP,
yeah.
Right.
The CFP.
Okay. That's coming New Year's Eve and at Capital One Orange Bowl game.
Right.
So we have to mention our sponsors.
Got to do that.
Don't want to miss the sponsors. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. But so that's, how do you pick that? Usually it's an ACC team, right?
In a traditional year, this
But
year
this
we
isn't
have a national semifinal. So it's the college football playoff semifinal at the Capital One Orange Bowl on December 31st.
Right.
So postseason college football has gone through an evolution since 1935.
I know.
And the current structure is the college football playoff. So it's a 4-team playoff.
Mm-hmm.
The Capital One Orange Bowl gets to host it every 3 years. This is that year.
Right.
And so we'll either have the number 1 versus number 4 or the number 2 versus number 3 matchup. We don't know. And we also don't know when the game's going to be played, whether it's 3:30 or 7:30. ESPN will see the matchups and determine which one's first and which one's second. Yeah.
So that explains a lot. Yeah, I was looking to see what time it was. And I go, why don't they have a time?
Yeah, so it's coming up soon. About less than 3 weeks, we will know everything. So it'll be exciting for South Florida.
Okay, so maybe you have to come back, but you won't. You'll be too busy. You'll be too busy to come back. And I appreciate your coming out today because I know it's a little busy.
Yes.
Coming up real soon though, you have the basketball classic.
We do. The AutoNation Orange Bowl Basketball Classic. That's over a quarter century old itself, and we have a unique matchup. Set of matchups in this year's event. You've got USF playing Florida,
which is going to be so
Gators,
fun. Yes.
And then UCF is playing Florida State. So 4 Florida schools are playing at the Florida Live Arena up there in Sunrise, Florida.
Is that
that's where the Florida Panthers play.
Oh yeah, that's a great place.
It's a great place. It'll be tremendous. It's on Saturday, I think December 18th. And it'll be a great day for South Florida, for the basketball fans that are out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So then besides that, you have all these luncheons. You have the coaches' luncheons. It's nonstop. Where do you know? Well, you don't know until you know the teams. You don't know who's going to be at the coaches' luncheon, right?
Right. The 2 teams' head coaches will be there. It's still a little challenging now, because we're a national semifinal.
Oh.
There will be a game afterwards. There'll be the 2 winners of the semifinals. One's at the Capital One Orange Bowl. The other's at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Give them a plug too.
Oh, there you go.
And the winners of those games will go to Indianapolis and play in the College Football Playoff National Championship game. And because of that, due to COVID, we still have to be vigilant about making sure it's safe environments. We think we have a balance between the two,
right,
where we can get people back together in a safe, comfortable way, but the same token make it very, very comfortable for the institutions that are playing in the game, the coaches, the players, the support staff, so that they can feel like they are safe and insulated from anything happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we were just talking about the impact earlier too, and you've got how many hotels do you take over
Yeah.
just for the teams?
Yeah. We have two institutions that are
Right.
in the game. So two main headquarters, then you have a media hotel, and you have a special guest headquarters. You have band hotels. It goes on and on. And of course, the massive followings are the fans that come down.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so having a national semifinal, in particular after
That's
last
huge.
year,
Yeah.
which was incredibly tough on events and hospitality,
Oh yeah.
that you can tell that fans are eager to get back on the road. So we expect to have a big showing here in Miami and South Florida where, it'll be palpable for our community, from the hotels to the rental cars to the restaurants, that everybody will take note that big events back in town.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at
I
full
think so.
capacity. We did pull off last year,
Yeah.
but we had to do a limited capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I can tell whenever there's an event. I've had 2 or 3 events just recently, and it's packed.
It's packed.
Because people are so excited. Well, we had Pause for You, which is like this animal rescue thing.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
had 1,500 people out.
Wow.
And they had taken a year off. So it was like,
Doesn't surprise me.
everybody's recovering very quickly.
Yeah. I've been into the
know.
airport the last couple of weekends, and you can tell in the parking garages
Oh, yeah, you
how
poor thing.
packed that you end up at the
Traveling.
top of the garage because there's so many people traveling, particularly over the weekends. I think there's a pent up demand to
Well,
get
they
back
haven't
to
seen their
normal life.
families
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I mean, I
and-
haven't been to Chicago to see my daughter
Yeah.
since early
Wow.
2020,
Wow.
right
Yeah.
before
That's a case in
everything
point.
got closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
So-
quite a stretch. I mean, going back to last year, it really was a miracle that we pulled off a Capital One Orange Bowl, which was a traditional game
Yeah.
where we had the ACC versus a highly ranked team from the Big Ten,
Yeah.
SEC Notre Dame. It turned out
Yeah,
to be North Carolina, first time ever in the Orange Bowl, versus Texas A&M, first time in over 70 years.
SEC team.
Coming back, there you go. And then 9-10 days later, we had the national championship game here, which was Alabama,
was-
Ohio State.
That was crazy
Yeah.
for you guys.
It was crazy, but you know what? We maintained a tradition.
Yeah.
It was a miracle
Yeah.
that it actually was played. You never knew if they were playing college football. Then they
Yeah.
decided to play. Then you didn't know if they were going to get through the season. Then
But
you
you
got to
know,
the
who was gonna play?
postseason. Then you didn't know if they could get to the game. And we had a scare for the national championship game if they had a full team coming from Ohio State. It worked out. And the result was for Miami and South Florida was 20% capacity 2 weeks in a row. That was much needed tourism. It
Yeah.
was an infomercial for Miami and South Florida.
Oh, for sure.
The TV rating was off the chart.
Yeah.
And it was tremendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank God for the Orange Bowl to, really to help
Yeah.
tourism during that all the time for the hospitality industry. I just have a lot of friends in that industry, and they were just sucking wind.
Yeah,
just
it was tough.
Awful.
It was tough.
Yeah. So now, aside from all this great stuff that you're doing, aside from all the great stuff you're doing, you've got a lot of things that are giving back to the, and tell me a little bit about that, because I know that there's the college playoff, football playoff also has a foundation,
Mhm.
and the Orange Bowl has a foundation. So
Mhm.
what exactly are some of the programs that you think are most important, or the ones that kind of
Mhm.
go to the top of the charts for you?
Yeah, it's a great piece. You touched on it earlier.
Yeah.
In terms of the mission statement of the Orange Bowl, it goes back to 1935. It's never changed. It's about economic development, and by virtue of the success of the bowl game, to give back to the community.
Right.
So the Orange Bowl has Orange Bowl Cares, which is our community outreach programs,
Right. Yeah.
and it has 4 pillars. One's in athletics, the next is in academics, the next is with events that we can have to raise money to give back to the community, and lastly, legacy gifts. So going through each one, youth and sports is a big part of what we do.
Yeah.
We feel very strongly to give back to any type of competition. Football obviously is a big one for the youngsters and the cheerleaders that participate. We have a leadership academy that we're very, very much entrenched in.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good one. I like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
one.
We go into middle schools
Yeah.
and we, mentor, 6th to 8th grade students, and we have our Orange Bowl members that are very successful business community leaders come in
give
and
of their
talk to
time.
them,
Yeah.
and it goes through the whole academic calendar. So we really mentor, a meaningful amount of middle school kids. We're just, heavily involved with, youth. We go into all types of elementary schools to middle schools and
Yeah.
renovate old libraries into
Okay, here's
state of
some
the art.
stuff.
There it is. Yeah,
I went,
that's
look
it.
there you are,
Yeah.
giving back.
Well, here you go. There's the youth sports and there's the education and
Now we
so
have,
forth.
we actually have some videos, but we
Yeah.
haven't a clue what they are. So, do you want to play some of the? I know your staff sent over a couple of things for us to look at.
Yeah.
Can you weren't able to download them? You didn't. Okay. So never mind.
Yeah.
We're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So,
but touching on
here-
legacy gifts, we've done 5 legacy gifts to date. Those are multi-million-dollar partnerships with a city or a
Really?
county that we've gone to, the likes of Moore Park in the heart of the city of Miami.
Yeah.
Then we went to Fort Lauderdale to Carter Park. Then we
Mhm.
went to Ives Estates, which is in Miami-Dade County. Then we went down to Homestead.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we went
Wait a
down to
minute.
Homestead.
Is that what this?
Yeah, that's what those are. That's Harrisfield Park and Homestead. Now
that the
we're in
last one that you
Belglade,
did?
Florida.
Okay, here. There's.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hold on. I don't know if you can see that, guys. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
So that was like a groundbreaking.
Yeah, those are
Was that
groundbreaking.
what that was?
So right now we're wrapping up our 5th legacy gift in Belglade at Glades Pioneer Park. We're
that's
starting a new
nice.
one in
Yeah.
Pompano Beach at Mitchell Moore Park, and then our next target will be back in Miami-Dade County with the 7th legacy gift. And these are multi-million-dollar projects
Oh yeah.
in
These
underserved
are-
communities that really
Yeah.
need a lift, where it's a safe haven for the kids and for the community to come out and exercise or play in competition. And so we're really proud of that.
Yeah.
And
You
so
should
our
be.
Orange Bowl Cares program really
Yeah.
is a
great.
byproduct of the success of the bowl game.
And here's one: the extra yard for teachers.
Yes. So when we did the
That's
national
another winner.
championship game last year, over $3 million was given to the school systems,
Wow.
very heavily in Miami-Dade County public schools. We renovated 16 innovative learning centers, which were old libraries that now turned into state-of-the-art, media centers where students, teachers can come in very relaxed environments with heavy technology investment. It's just transformed it. We've done all these ribbon cutting ceremonies with Superintendent Carvalho. It's been just really gratifying. That's just a taste of how our partnership with the College Football Playoff Foundation has manifested into
Yeah.
Get Back
And
in
it's
South
something
Florida.
really
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Now, does the foundation operate out of your offices? Because you're in Miami Lakes, right?
We're in Miami Lakes. The Orange Bowl, we are, our own 501c3, so we
Right,
don't have
exactly.
necessarily a foundation. It's the College Football Playoff that has the foundation, and we're partners. And
Okay.
so we do stuff every year, the Orange Bowl Committee with the College Football Playoff Foundation.
Right.
The unique opportunity last year is with the national championship game that
Yeah.
we committed, a $3 million investment in the community.
That's huge.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really was. And again, during the pandemic, when it was a very
It's a tough
challenged
year for
time.
you. Yeah.
it was, but it was so gratifying to pull off, college football postseason twice in our community, and then the give back
Yeah.
was so meaningful, and you could feel it, you could touch it, and I think for our leadership at the Orange Bowl Committee, it was very gratifying for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and your volunteers, your committee they're working. Yeah. You just don't join or
Yeah.
you don't become a member
Right.
and not give back.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty impressive group, and kudos to everybody that works so hard to pull off these amazing events for us.
Yeah.
Um,
I do say, not to interrupt, but the strength of the Orange Bowl Committee is the committee. We have 380 members. They represent the business and
huge.
community leaders.
how much has that
Yeah.
grown over the years?
Quite a bit. I've been here 28 years.
When you
Yeah,
started, how many
yes.
members were there?
I would
you started with
say
Keith Strobel.
probably,
You worked your way up.
Keith's my mentor. I worked with
Yeah.
Keith for many years, 13
Right.
years.
Yeah.
I would say it was probably in the high 100s to close to 200. So it's almost doubled.
Yeah.
in
And then you
28
expanded
years.
into Broward, right?
We're heavily in Broward,
Yeah.
heavily in Palm Beach. We're a
Right.
South Florida organization.
Yeah.
Obviously, our roots come from Miami, but there's a lot of generations that are represented still on the
Yeah.
Orange Bowl committee.
Mhm.
Like you're standing on the shoulders of these leaders like Al Dotson Sr., Tom Wood Sr., who just passed away
Oh,
very
yeah.
sadly.
Really?
But, that's what the strength of the Orange Bowl committee
Yeah.
is, to navigate this community through, elected leadership, through the corporate leadership that's
Mhm.
down here. These are our members that have those relationships that are the corporate leadership down here.
Yeah.
So they maintain this mission that hasn't changed since 1935.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just tourism. That's the whole key, though.
Yes.
That they've expanded so much more than just being a tourism arm of the
Yeah.
of the government.
I think that's what some people who follow college football and see how postseason's organized probably don't necessarily immediately connect to, is these bowl committees, whether it's the Orange Bowl committee, the Tournament of Roses,
Yeah.
the Sugar Bowl committee, etc., have an infrastructure
Yeah.
that takes community leadership and organizes it in a way that they can pull off some of the biggest events annually in the country
Exactly.
seamlessly.
Yeah.
And without that infrastructure, if you start a new event, it's hard to get that in place. My hats off to Rodney Barretto and what he does with the Super Bowl host committee
Yeah.
historically,
Yeah.
and hopefully again soon.
Yeah.
It's hard to build that, and that's the magic of what we have at the Orange Bowl committee, is this infrastructure that exists.
Well, you have
It
all
has-
those people that are
Yeah.
key components of the community. That,
Yeah.
You're right.
It's
They
high
can put
level
stuff in-
volunteerism
Exactly.
at its
They
finest.
can make it happen.
Yeah, and they hire a professional staff, and then we bring in additional volunteerism through community groups,
Mhm.
and you have this massive army off something that has not changed its course in now over 88 years. It's amazing.
Years ago, I don't know if it's still around, but the International Festivals Association, you remember?
Yeah,
And
very
we
much.
brought them to Miami,
Yes.
and nobody knows how to do a party like Miami.
I remember that.
We even
Their
gave them
convention.
a hurricane. I don't know if you remember that, but we had
Yeah.
like a little hurricane that came through. It was like, yeah, we give you everything.
It's
You get to dance.
always different in South Florida. Always,
Yeah.
always, yeah.
You get a taste, a
Yeah.
real feel for the
Yeah.
South Florida, what
Yeah.
we go through.
Yeah.
So coming up next, what do you see in the future for the Orange Bowl? Do you see any changes with you've got the CFP, you've got that through what year?
So we're in a 12-year agreement.
Yeah.
This is year 8 that we're
Okay.
in. For the college football fans out there, there's a discussion going on with college football and college athletics leadership about the potential of trying to expand the 14 model to a bigger model, whether it's 8, 12, 16.
So it can be more inclusive.
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into those discussions with the various conferences that represent the institutions in college football. We're not sure where that's going to land. We do expect, whether it's a little early after year 10, they're trying to get there, but if not, after year 12, we would expect that the playoff will expand in some form or fashion. If it does, we will be ready. For 88 years, the Capital One Orange Bowl has been in the tier 1 of postseason college football. It's great for our community because you have a place to celebrate the highest levels of college football.
Yeah.
So we're preparing for that. It's part of my job to work with our leadership to monitor that. So we're doing so. We'd like to bring more national championship games back here at Hard Rock Stadium. There's no better venue than what the Dolphins have built. Tom Garfinkel and Steve Ross.
Yeah.
Very appreciative about that. And we want to do more in the community. Our eyes are to continue to build upon. We do about I would say 1.3, 1.4 million a year in community outreach, not including those legacy gifts.
Mm-hmm.
We want that to continue to thrive, grow, so that the Orange Bowl brand is there. What we like to say when we go out, and you've heard many of our speeches, me and others, is that nobody owns the Orange Bowl. the community.
The
owns
community
the
owned.
Orange Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm professional staff, but those members we talked about, they give their community everything they have to give back.
But
Yeah.
do you know what?
Yeah.
I swear to goodness, I always forget to turn off.
I was gonna say, yeah,
And okay,
yeah,
I can't do anything about it.
I'm sure it's business.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's about the scholar athlete. It's Hank Langston.
Oh, Hank. Okay.
The Junior Orange Bowl used to
Yes.
have a scholar athlete program, and
Yeah.
we went to the state.
Yeah.
Okay, Hank, I'm on air.
Wait
So,
till he hears that I'm here too.
He's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's coming here.
He's coming here.
afterwards. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Hopefully, I get a
So-
chance to say hello.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
on
yeah.
his way now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're running a bit late.
Yeah.
But so what's up next?
We're just getting
don't
ready.
know.
The next 2 months are really big. As we touched on earlier. Last year was hard because it didn't have the full
How-
capacity crowd.
How are ticket sales
Yeah.
going?
Great. They're
Yeah.
going great. We have a national semifinal, so we're in the final stretch of
Oh well, that's
knocking it,
okay.
selling out the game, which will
Yeah.
be huge for tourism down here. We have a bowl week of
Because
events.
you don't know who's playing, though. How
Yeah.
does that pan out? Do you save so
Well,
many for the different colleges?
Yeah, contractually, each team has 12,500 tickets.
Oh, and then the rest
So
are available
we
for
sell
sale.
them locally and to stakeholders that are on
Yeah.
our orbit. And then we have other events. We have the AvNet Orange Bowl Coaches Luncheon, which is a huge event the day before the game. We didn't have it last year. We had to do it
Yeah.
virtually.
Well, I
you
went
know,
to the
yeah.
coaches one, and then you have a breakfast.
We do the FCA prayer
FCA
breakfast, which will
prayer
be up
breakfast.
in Broward County this
Right.
year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's going to be up at where's it
It's
at?
a new location.
I'll
Yeah.
think of it. I'll come back to that. But
Yeah.
that's a big event as well during bowl week. And you go to our website, www.orangebowl.org, to
Oh,
see
yeah.
all these things. It's Signature Grand. That's what it's at.
Signature Grand.
It escaped me for a moment. But that's a great tradition. It's the biggest prayer breakfast
I know.
really in the country. The committee, from the FCA folks to
Mhm.
Larry Gautier, who chairs it from the Orange Bowl Committee, do an
Right.
amazing job.
Yeah.
So we have all these events, and there's events for the teams and the official parties. We're doing it outdoors to keep it safe and comfortable.
That's good.
Everything
Yeah.
we do is indigenous to showcase what you see here.
Yeah,
In fact,
right.
this is one of the views. We're doing a big
know,
event
we
at the
were
Port of
lucky.
Miami.
He's
that
got
looks
one
like
of his
this.
hotels back here.
Yeah, right over there is the Intercontinental Miami, which is a great property. And
But don't be confused because this
yeah.
is not in order.
it's not in order, but it's still right over there is the Intercontinental.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we're
exactly.
gearing up. We want to celebrate 88th year, great tradition. I mean, Miami goes back to 1896.
Yeah.
So this event almost mirrors the whole lifespan of the city of Miami. And, like I said earlier, no one
Sure.
owns the Orange Bowl. The community owns the Orange Bowl, and our members are stewards, and they take
They
it very
absolutely
seriously.
are.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I always say,
Well,
we're
yeah,
standing
your
on the
members,
shoulders.
your
Yeah.
members are the ones that started the Junior Orange Bowl, which is
yes,
was an offshoot of the Orange
yeah,
Bowl,
that's right.
and that's one of the largest youth festivals now in the world.
They do an amazing
With-
job with the parade and all the youth events that they
Well,
do. And
the golf and tennis
the golf and
are
tennis.
the
We have
best in the world.
they had the 12 and 14s at the Orange Bowl International
Exactly.
Tennis Championships for juniors.
Yeah.
We have it for the 16s and 18s.
Exactly.
And it's amazing. We're known for the Capital One Orange Bowl and the tradition of that game, but the bigger names
I know.
come from
It's
tennis.
just-
And we've had Roger Federer win it, Bjorn Borg, John McEnroe, Chris Evert,
and we've had those
Gabrielle
same people
Sabatini, Mary Jo Fernandez.
because they won when they were in their 12s and 14s.
You go out
Yeah.
there and you don't necessarily know where they're going, but in about 6-7 years, you realize they're the greatest players. Yvonne Wendell, he's another one. I
know.
mean, it just goes on and on. So I love going out there and watching that.
Oh yeah.
because,
Have you ever gone to the Junior Orange Bowl golf tournament?
I have.
That's an amazing
Tiger
tournament
Woods,
too.
Rory McIlroy. Yeah.
Actually, I was at the tournament when he won. It's his birthday on the 31st of December.
Yeah.
It used to be the last day,
Oh, really?
or
Okay.
30th.
Yeah.
Whatever. I think it was 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 30th. And so he turned. You had. Oh, it wasn't his 21st. It was 18th because you had to be 18. You had to start the tournament before you turned 18.
Yeah.
And so he turned 18 and he won the tournament that day.
Of course he did.
Yeah. So that was fun though. But it's funny because you're right. Outside the United States, we're better known than anybody.
It's, brands
for those two.
Brands are amazing. And sometimes when you live in a community, it becomes, part of the norm down there that the Orange Bowl is here. But you really feel it. We have orange jackets. We'll go to
when
games.
You go in your orange jackets, people think you're royalty.
Yeah, you go to games and they know exactly that's the goal, where they want to be.
Yeah.
And so you realize the brand connection. And to your point, we have our Sailing Regatta Series, which takes place on the bay, on Bayshore.
Oh, right. I forgot about
at the yacht
that.
clubs there. And we have our tennis tournament, which, again, is a signature international event that people know the Orange Bowl brand. And the Junior Orange Bowl is also, an extension of that brand.
And they take advantage of that.
Yes, they do.
And it works both ways.
Yeah. It's a great relationship.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, and I know you fund them too.
Yeah. We give support, but they do a great job. And we have a lot of respect for their leadership.
Well,
you're there.
When I took over as executive director many decades ago, I remember we were in desperate shape, and the Orange Bowl came to our rescue. Sure. It's
a great cause and a great organization and great people, and
that's when I first met you. You were with the Blockbuster Bowl. Do folks remember the Blockbuster Bowl?
The Blockbuster Bowl was amazing. It was the first time, my first year was the first inaugural game.
Yeah.
And it was the first time Florida State played Penn State with Bobby Bowden going against Joe Paterno.
Yeah.
And it was a spectacle.
That was a great game.
It was a great game and a great moment. And then the two coaches came back, and in their second meeting, played at the 2006 Orange Bowl.
Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And a triple overtime thriller.
Yeah.
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 So we have a great history, and thinking of Coach Bowden, he passed away this past year.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was sad, but what a celebration. We went up there.
Oh, did you really? Yeah.
It was amazing. He was.
Yeah, what a good man.
He was known as one of the great coaches of all time, whether it was professional or college, but
and
not
look
that
at
I
the
knew him
mentors
that
he
well.
had, like Jimbo Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jimbo is A&M now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, he was a better person. I mean, he was a high quality person.
Yeah.
So a lot of history of the Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
When you go back through our archives and you see the great coaches, the great players that built this thing, it's amazing. I mean, really, I was at Alabama recently, and there's a Bear Bryant Museum.
Oh no, there isn't.
Of course there is. There is. It's amazing. And I went in there, and there's a great piece of Orange Bowl in this museum because Alabama came quite a bit.
For sure.
The first nighttime game in College Bowl history was Alabama, Texas in 1965 at the Orange Bowl. It was always in the day. That was the first primetime game. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Great history.
So, okay. So we have to wrap it up.
Okay.
Because there's other people that need to use this room. But
Okay.
I am so delighted that you came today. Thank you so much.
Of course.
That was so sweet of you.
It's great being with you.
I know.
This is a great friend of mine here.
Well, yeah.
She is the best.
Yeah,
and,
you're the best.
We are very lucky to have you in the community.
This is one, I swear to goodness, this is one of the hardest working men I have ever met. and I remember early on, I mean, I don't know how he ever slept, but right now we have run out of time. I need to thank South Florida PBS again for sponsoring our show today. And I hope you'll all join if you're not members already. And again, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week.